What's going on, YouTube, EDC and knife community? Welcome to the Roving Ronin, episode number 3. So, anybody who's tuning in at this point gets treated to the fact that everything we do at this point is a first. Our last episode, we were able to do our first viewer request, kind of a top 5 that we put together. And today, we're going to do our first product unboxing. And we have to thank the good folks at civivi for sending a little surprise along that we can take a peek at. So, let's jump down to it. I'm not going to do a full review. I actually want to carry this for about a week or two. I've been curious to see what's in it. I thought I'd wait. We're going to pop this open with my ProTech Les George SBR. Thank the good folks at PVK Vegas. I got to visit them when I was in Vegas for SHOT Show. Great little knife shop and a bunch of gear in that place. If you ever find yourself in Vegas and you're an EDC nut like me, you really can't make it out of town without stopping by. Okay, let's all take a look at what we're going to be seeing here. Make sure everybody can see that in focus. It is a civivi Odium, a natural G10. It's got jade handles. Got gray liner, stonewash D2 blade. This is, if I remember correctly, this is a ferrum forged design. Yes, it is. Oh yeah. Just the lines of that. This, if I remember correctly, is essentially the civivi version of the ferrum forged Archbishop, which is a great knife. Oh, this is great. Love that backspacer. Let's take a look. Very well centered. You really have to give credit to civivi. You know, they sort of filled a niche. Anyone who started out in knife collecting, I mean, it's very rare. You do occasionally hear the story of someone who went out and got a Chris Reeve as their very first EDC knife, or some semi-exotic custom, but it's not common. Most people start in the quote-unquote budget range, and sort of what civivi has been able to bring to that, it's a game changer. I mean, not trying to get too knife steel nerdy on everybody, but you think back to D2, wow, gosh, 10 years ago even, what knives that were coming out with D2 G10 handles and bearings on them were running for. So what they were able to do by filling the gap in that budget area with better materials, it's really changed the game. And they certainly have no shortage of product. All right, let's open this guy up. All right, good action. Slightly sticky D10. Little pause on it. Oh yeah, it's got that classic ferrum forged flat grind. I am an absolute sucker for a flat grind. That's why I can't take my eyes off knives like Shiragorov's. Just love that. Also a big fan of the ferrum forged Stinger. Alright. So, this is a smaller, it's not your full-size carry, that's for sure. I want to say almost 3.5. I have about medium-sized hands. Although that choil does allow you to get up on there, and we're really good at manipulating. Very pronounced point on it as well. Alright, let's move this aside. I just want to get a basic measurement on this. So, I know it's under 3. It's about 2.5, right? That blade. Let's get an overall first. Alright. So that's coming in just under 6.2 overall. We're gonna get an overall blade length in, and that's over 2.5, maybe 2.65. Curious with the choil. You know, that cutting edge is gonna come in. Let's call it 2.25. Okay. So this is what I'm gonna say is gonna be a good secondary carry. And I'm looking forward to it. I have never owned, or carried for that matter, a knife with the natural G10. I really like it. Those gray liners. Could perhaps use a little pivot oil. Yeah, see? I knew it had a little bit of a stick to it. No, but this is great. This is great. I've wanted to really expand out into some of the civivis. The Chevalier, I believe, is the really popular button lock they have out now. So if anyone watching has one, let me know what you think about it. Been curious, and pretty sure one of the sort of sponsors of our show here, JT's Knife Shop, Port Jervis, New York, I'm not sure if he has one. I'm actually gonna have to talk to him. Speaking of JT's Knife Shop, just a little update on some things coming up on the channel. We are working on some on-location episodes at the shop. We have one in mind already. It's going to be an ongoing, recurring segment called the Classic Corner. Really fortunate to have access to Joe Tarbell, who owns JT's Knife Shop, and he's a, EDC knife enthusiast like me, so we speak the same language. Great thing about it is he buys a lot of classic collections, so he's got some amazing classic knives. And one of the things I love most, when he'll take them out and show them to me, is how you can see aspects of folding knives and fixed blades that how they've changed over the, and I'm talking some knives, over 100 years old, how they've changed, how they've stayed the same, how particular features have been utilized, modernized. So yeah, it's really fascinating, and I hope you guys are going to enjoy that. But we have got some great content coming up. We've got a great summer full of filming scheduled out. But like I said in our earlier videos, we rely on you guys to let us know some of the things you want to see. I could go nuts if it's just a channel based on content or knives that I like. Okay, I have a pretty fair list of knives out there I'd like to go and search. But to be honest with you, I want to hear about what you guys like. That's really what got my interest to this level in the EDC community. It was plug it into social media, Instagram, YouTube, guys like Metal Complex, Nick Shabazz, and it just lights that spark under you and gets you, I don't want to say chasing knives, but it expands your knife knowledge to the point where you depend on the community to help you with that. I came on at first. When I was looking for knives, basically you went online and there was maybe 1 or 3 or 4 places you would gravitate toward. And the EDC community is, or the knife community, the two together, have been able to plug me into different spots. Let me know when there's a drop coming, an exclusive, or, and I want to plug into that, and we want to get some great content from that, find out what you guys want to see, what you guys are talking about, and take a look. Also, we have an idea about doing, and this is one, it's not set in stone yet. It's another one I'm going to depend on the viewership to kind of guide us on. We wanted to do sort of a retail review process. And I'm not picking any retailers in particular, but we thought about maybe putting together a small basic list of what someone in our community might carry every day. Put it together, make a budget, and then pick a retailer and see how things go. See if we can fill in the list on the budget we have set, see how, their customer services and a bunch of aspects. But we want to go in there basically with a whole list, criteria, A through Z of everything that you guys picked or you want to find out about it, including the retailers themselves. So that part we'll leave to you, but think about it. We're open and we're new enough at this to know that we don't know much. So we want to plug into the community, see what you guys are talking about, and hopefully not only do we maybe help somebody find out something about a knife or do a review of a knife that they were curious about, but for me, more important, I want to learn. I want to find out what's going on. I want to find out more about this community that I love. So let us hear it. And please, again, don't forget, hit that like button and subscribe down below. That'll help us grow. Instagram down here. That's Bill's EDC_obsession. And we post updates, daily pictures on Instagram. So tune in, subscribe, follow, and help us bring you some new material. Thanks again to the good folks at civivi Knives. We're going to be carrying this odium for the next 2 weeks. And going to do a follow-up video, a little bit more in-depth review. Once I have this knife and it feels a little bit more broken in. Let's just see before we sign out. Okay, get it good. There we go. So, until our next episode, everyone be safe. And please don't hesitate to let us know down below things you want to see in the future. We're a growing channel and we'd like to grow with you guys. So, until next time, thanks for tuning in. Have a great night.